In episode 11, the story begins with Sanha confessing his feelings. Ju-won tries to play dumb, but Sanha insists he knows what she truly meant and leaves, leaving Ju-won perplexed. Stunned, she completely forgets about a date she had planned and decides to go home. Dal, not understanding why Ju-won missed their meeting, hears from Ju-won that Sanha is to blame. The next day, Ju-won tries to avoid Sanha by leaving early, but they end up in the elevator together. Pretending to have forgotten something, she goes back. In the elevator, Sanha mentions the previous night, and Dal comments that Ju-won missed the meeting, leading her to discover it was because of Sanha and that he likes Ju-won. However, he asks Dal to keep it a secret as a lawyer. Meanwhile, Sanha ignores calls from his mother. Jun-ho, on the other hand, excitedly assumes Ju-won missed the meeting because of him and the flowers he gave her. Little does he know the truth. Ju-won, for her part, spends the day hoping Sanha will call, feeling uneasy about avoiding him. Mrs. Sanam suggests to Jumji that they should marry Ju-won off quickly so she has support in case he passes away or needs care. Jumji argues that his children can take care of him, but Mrs. Sanam counters, saying that once sons marry, their wives' families become their priority. Elsewhere, Raejum finds out he needs a family relationship certificate to purchase property for Jumji. That evening, Sanha informs Ju-won that Jumji wants to have lunch with them the next day. Dal remarks to Ju-won that she seemed flustered when talking to Sanha on the phone, hinting that something is going on between them. Ju-won, confused, admits she doesn't know what to do. During lunch, she tries to act as if Sanha's confession never happened, treating him and Raejum like brothers. However, Raejum shocks everyone by proposing to Ju-won, believing it would make him legally part of Jumji's family. Annoyed, Ju-won suggests he ask his father to adopt a daughter instead, while Sanha simply ignores him. After lunch, Ju-won tells Sanha she's going to forget his confession, but he asks for a chance, suggesting they both leave the past behind and start fresh. He asks her to see him as a 27-year-old man she just met, leaving her deeply shaken. Meanwhile, Sanha helps Raejum understand that legal status doesn't define relationships and that he doesn't need it to be recognized as a brother. Raejum appreciates this gesture. Sanha's mother calls his father, mentioning she sent him on a month-long vacation and hopes he'll return soon. Jumji and Ju-won sense something is wrong since Sanha rarely shares his problems. The next day, Sanha visits Ju-won's apartment. She takes the chance to give him some jujube tea made by her father. He says he's fine but hints he'd be better if she gave him a chance before heading off to work. Ju-won now starts worrying about her appearance. At the bakery, Raejum's friend tries to make him understand why he can't marry Ju-won, asking him to imagine kissing her romantically. Raejum panics, and Ju-won, annoyed by the loud conversation, punishes him by making him clean the windows. She uses the opportunity to reassure him that he'll never lose his place in the family or in his father's heart and teasingly calls him Appa the entire time. Sanha tells his parents he's back for good and that his mother is being overbearing, mentioning he's already requested a hospital transfer. His father, concerned, suspects he's hiding something. When Sanha leaves, Jumji questions him, but he insists everything is fine and suggests Jumji get a checkup the next day. At the hospital, while Jumji undergoes his checkup, Ju-won praises Sanha's empathy with patients. Sanha treats Ju-won for wrist pain, and she asks how he knew about it. He responds that he notices these things because he cares about her. Her heart races as he tends to her. Later, they see Sanha with Hui-ju, making Ju-won jealous while Jumji assumes she's his girlfriend. Back at the apartment, Dal complains about blind dates set up by her mother, saying none of them make her heart race. Ju-won immediately recalls her racing heartbeat but remains in denial about her feelings. The next day, Rajam visits his aunt and tries to ask about his mother but changes his mind. His aunt notices that his mother hasn't contacted him in 10 years. On his way back, Rajam spots someone who looks like his mother, but Dal appears again. He asks her not to tell Ju-won, and in return, Dal asks him to pretend to be her boyfriend for a day to avoid her blind dates. Meanwhile, Jungji finds Rajam's mother at a hospital in Busan and tries to convince her to reunite with him, but she confesses she killed someone and can't reconcile with her son. Later, Ju-won tells Sanha she doesn't want them to be more than siblings, fearing their relationship might become awkward. While walking together, they get caught in the rain and take shelter in a tunnel. The episode ends with Sanha noticing Ju-won's hesitation. He asks her to look into his eyes and kisses her, and she doesn't resist. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share our summaries with your friends. OC.